Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to this session. Greetings from Mercy Technologies. So today we are going to see about file handling in Java, right? So before going to the topic, I would like to introduce about myself. Myself Kumar. So I'm a software engineer, and you can say I'm a architect, technical architect. So I have around 10 plus years experience in IT. So I work in a product based organization. So in these 10 years, I have worked on different technologies, mostly at Java side. So I have worked on Java, frameworks like Hibernate, Spring, Struts, cloud like AWS, and other tools like Jenkins, DevOps side as well. So I have worked on various companies, right from the startup and product based organizations. So along with this, past 3 to 4 years, I am teaching, Java and other technologies as well. So our idea is like to teach real time things, to teach project related to things, and mostly like technical related. So helping the students to acquire practical knowledge and project knowledge, and to crack the interviews and get placed in good product based companies. This is what our motto. So like this is what our plan today. So we are going to see very brief about core Java introduction. So it might be brief, and just like as few people are new to the technology, so really few students or job seekers, they want to know where Java is used, what is the scope of studying Java and learning Java, right, and preparing in Java technology. So we'll be giving introduction about little bit. Finally, once that is over, then like we will go with our actual topic, that is like file handling in Java. What are the various ways we can create the files, how we can write contents into a file, and little bit about career guidance, and at last we will see about hands-on coding. This is what our plan. So let's give deeper. So you guys know, right? Java, it is a programming language, and it is created by James Gosling in 1991. If you observe, right, from 1991 till now, right, Java is still, it is in booming state. It means many companies, many organizations, they are going for, technology wise, whenever they are going for new project, they are selecting Java as a backend. So more than 25 years, Java could be able to sustain in the industry, right? Because whenever we are preparing for interview or selecting the technology, like one thing we need to consider is which is having long scope, right? Which could able to sustain over years, right? So that is the very good thing about Java, right? And why we need to learn Java. So as I mentioned, like it is running for quite longer time. Still, it is booming, and it is very best in the market. If you observe few of the technologies, few of the languages, it came in the middle, but it sustained 2 3 years, then it is out of the industry. But whereas in Java, right, it could able to sustain, right? So many projects are running in Java because like many frameworks are developed on top of Java, like Spring, Hibernate, right, Spring Boot. So by using those frameworks, building up enterprising application is very easier and simpler, right? And also Java application or Java projects, it is easy to integrate with open source tools. There are many open source tools are available in the market, right? So like, Jenkins, GitHub, Gradle, Maven, Ant, right? So there are many, free and open source technologies are available. We can easy to integrate it, right? And finally, why we need to select the technology, why we need to study it, because as many projects, running in Java, of course, many job openings will be there, right? So, and also you can see Java developers, right? They draw a decent salary, right? They draw a decent salary. So Java, the jobs which are in Java, so it could able to give very good salary, right? So, and also main thing is Java consistency, right? Mainly the job consistency. So the consistency is very good. So we no need to worry about, Java will be outdated. As I said, Java could able to sustain in quite longer time, right? So this is the very good things about Java, right? Learning of Java, because when we are planning to learn about Java, the one thing is like we need to ask the question why we need to learn the Java. What I am going to get? There are many other languages are there in the industry, but why I need to learn Java? That is what we need to ask the question. Not only Java, when we are selecting any technology, first thing we need to see the scope, right? How long it can sustain in the industry, right? What is the demand? Then accordingly, we need to select the technology, start preparing it, and getting the correct job, right? That's why I have gone, I have explained little bit so that freshers or the job seekers and students, it gives fair idea. And what we do, why we need to host this session, right? I can take few of few time for that. So like when I was a fresher, I struggle a lot, for learning the technology and uh, understanding the scope. So then like it took more time for me to learn the technology, right? Where from the various sources, right? From various tutorials and videos or YouTube links and textual tutorials. Then finally understood that the learning practical or real time is not that much easier, it takes time. So that's why we started this institute called Mercy Technologies, right? So our idea here is to to take the freshers or working people or students, to teach them from the very basic and till very advanced, mostly on coding side. If you go for any interview, right? So we know that if any interview is happening, demand is more crowd is coming. So interviewer, they'll be having set of questions. So and when they ask the questions, the candidates mostly they give the same answer from the Google, right? So instead the interviewer, they expect the real time knowledge. So that's why we came up with this idea, to teach mostly on real time, right? Mostly on hands-on coding, right? So we teach all the things line by line. We type line by line, explain the coding, explain the background, making the students to understand, what is the background, why we need it, right? Simply, we will not teach what is what, right? So any topic if you take, we will go very deeper, right? So if you observe our material, so like any topic if you take, suppose exception handling, we will cover around 150 programs, right? Each and every topic. Collection API, if you observe, we will cover more than 300 programs, right? Line by line we type, line by line we explain. Mostly all will be in real time. These concepts are used in the real time applications. So our idea is when the student, right, when they complete the course, they should get minimum 3+ years experience knowledge, right? If a person works in the IT industry, same knowledge they should get it. One is like they should be able to crack 3+ years experience knowledge, even though the candidate is a fresher. That's what our idea. not only cracking the interview, mostly my students are working people, right? So getting job is a different thing and sustaining also one another thing. So for working purpose, working people only like 5 years, 8 years experience people, they join our course. So this course is, I mean, similar for all. So it has various different background like freshers, college students, and experienced people. So when they complete the course, surely it helps them to work in a better way in their projects. So this is what our idea. This is what our plan. So we are going to start one course that is like from 8th June we are going to start. 8th June, that is on Tuesday. From Tuesday, we are going to start the actual course. So the course is like, as I said, it will be having, it will be having advanced. So as part of this course, this is what we are going to teach, like different types of design patterns, exception. Like as I said, in exception itself, we will cover more than 100 to 150 programs, like object class, toString, hash code, equals, like real time with the different programs, like string more than 100 programs, then like arrays, again more than 70 to 80 programs, collection API, as I said, it will cover around 300 programs, more than that. Again, like file handling, today we are going to see one small topic, but in file handling itself we need to cover more than 100 programs. So when you are completing this course, you could able to crack any startup or product based companies. This is what our idea, right? So the course duration, what we are thinking is, it will be around 2 months course, and it will be Monday to Friday morning 7:30 to 8:30. We are planning it. So in case if you want to join this course, let me know. And the fee we are thinking is, the course fee is 3,500. This is the course fee for this course. So today and tomorrow are the demo sessions. You can attend the session. You can see if you like it, then you can pay the fee. In case you are not able to pay the fees at one shot, you can pay in 2 installments, right? So this is what brief about the session. In case if you need more information, please WhatsApp me to this number, and uh, and ask me details about more details. So this is my WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number, you can just WhatsApp me to this number if you really want to join the course, right? So in today's session, we are going to see brief about file handling, right? What is this file handling? We will see like very high level idea about, what is this about file handling and why we need file handling. What are the funda behind this file handling concept, right? And we will see how we can create different types of files, right? And how we can able to manage it, and finally we will see how we can write into the file system, right? So what is this Java file handling? So basically, like in our real-time applications, we often need to interact with the file system. Say for example, you want to read some of the properties or some of the things you will be keeping in the file, right? So you need to interact. Either you need to read from the files. Say for example, you want to interact with the database, right? So you'll be having DB schema name, database name, DB URL, then username, password. Usually those things we will not hard code in our Java application. Instead, what we will do is, we will uh, store those credentials in the file system. From the Java application, what we will do is, we will read the file, we will take the value, and we will interact with the database. Why we need to mention in the file system? It is simple. because if you hard code in the application, right? So in case if password is getting modified, then you need to go to all the places, you need to manually modify it. But in case if you keep it in a file, properties file or text file, right? Simply you can go and modify in only one place. Application will be reading the credentials from the file, right? So it is easy to maintain. That's why we are going with this, keeping in the file. So file handling concept is mainly used to interact with the file system. File system is nothing but any files, text file or property file, CSV file, Excel file, anything. It can be anything, right? So either you can read or write or update, right? Right. This is very important topic in the core Java, right? So what are the operations we can able to do? We can able to create the files, delete the files, update the files, right? Modify the files, right? Read meta description about the file, like file size, right? File type, right? And even in file writing operation, so already Java developers, they have provided inbuilt classes, set of inbuilt classes. By using that, we can write, right? Say for example, file writer, buffered writer, right? Streams, right? Buffered output streams. And also we are having serialization that we will see later. By using these inbuilt classes, we can write the content into the files, right? Same way like for file reading operation. Again, they have provided set of classes like file reader, buffered reader, right? Streams. By using all this, what we can do is we could able to read from the files. Serialization, again, it is one of the important concept. In most of the interviews, they'll be asking, hey, can you tell about serialization? Can you write the program how to serialize? So serialization is nothing but object data, right? Writing the object data into the file, right? It means consider you are having an object called employee object. Employee is having employee ID, employee name, or employee company, right? So those data, right, you will be having like thousands of objects, right? Consider you are reading from the database, right? You want to develop one framework, right? You are having millions of records in the database. Client is asking, hey, can you give me list of users into a file, Excel sheet or CSV format? I want it, but you are having everything in your database. So what you will do, you will write a framework, right, which will be reading from the database records one by one. Same records it will write into the file, CSV file or Excel file. Then same file you can pass it to the concerned person, right? So for that purpose, right, this comes into picture, right? Similar way you can read from the database, you can convert into the object, right? Then you can use serialization, something like that, right? So serialization is nothing but writing the object straight into a file or over network. Deserialization means it is opposite, right? I mean, whatever we have written, serialized object, same we are reading back from the file system, right? That is called deserialization. So these are the operations we can perform as part of the file handling concept. So let's see few of the programs, right? So we can use any IDEs. So I'm planning to use Eclipse. Eclipse is one of the good to go tool. So we can use Eclipse. Eclipse, it is an IDE, integrated development environment. This is mainly used to develop Java applications. You can give the workspace name here, demo session, something like that you can give. So it will prepare an environment. So we will see, first we will see how we can create a file. Say for example, you want to create one text file, right? Through program. Manually, usually how will we create? What we will do? We will go to the particular location wherever we want, C drive, wherever we want. What we will do? We will just right click, new, we will create corresponding file. So we are going to see how we could able to create the files that is in using the coding. So our Eclipse is ready. This is the welcome screen. We can create a new Java project. You can give any name. Let me give demo session, right? So let's press finish. So let's create our first program. Right click on SRC, new class. You can give class name, right? Any class name you can give, right? Say for example, I'm giving file1, right? Click finish. So the new class has been created. You can so again, like we will start from the beginning. We will create a new class, right? Let me create as file creation 1. Okay, we are going to create one new file. So yeah, this is the class which we have created. Let's increase the font. Windows preference, you can type font, colors and font. Then Java editor text font, right? Yeah, Java editor text font. We are just trying to increase the size. Cool. So we have created our application. Let's go with the main class, right? We can just print out statements to see our is working fine or not. Let's run it. Click run button. Yeah, we are getting the output. So now if you observe, this is our project structure, right? So under SRC, we are having our .java file. So now I want to create one file, right? So if you observe Control Shift T, if you press, you type file, okay, java.io. All the file handling classes are available inside IO package, java.io. These packages and classes are created by JDK developers, predefined classes. Like if you take any file related classes, file reader, buffered reader, any class if you take, all are available inside java.io package. This file is the basic class, right? If you observe the Java documentation, an abstract representation of file and directory path names. By using this file class, what we can do is we can able to interact with the file system. So Java developers, the JDK developers, whoever developed this Java programming, right? They have written set of predefined classes to help us in a better way. Suppose we no need to write, we no need to worry how to interact with the file system. Just use the predefined classes, right? If you use predefined classes and methods, for us it is easy to interact. So we are going to use file, right? This is available inside java.io. So we need to import it. So what I'm going to do is, let me remove this. I'm going to use file, right? You can give any name, right? I can give f1 equal to new file of, right? Now it will give compile time error, right? So we need to import this file class is available inside java.io package. We need to import it, right? Something like this. We need to press, right? Import java.io.file. Then you will not get compile time error. Compilation is gone, right? java.io.file. We don't have compilation issue, right? Now, this is a file class. So which file you want to create it? Consider, I want to create file1.txt. I want to create one text file, right? Just mention the file name here. Just mention the file name here. Okay. Now, here we are creating an object of file class, right? We are using the new keyword, creating an object of file class, right? Or you can say instantiating file class, right? We are using new keyword. So this will create an object. Now what I am going to do is inside a file class, if you observe, there is a method called create new file. We are going to use this method, right? See, automatically creates a new empty file named by this abstract path name, right? What it means, whatever name we are providing, with this name, it is going to create one empty file with extension of .txt file, right? So how I can use it? I can use this method, create new file. So it is an instance method, right? It means it is a non-static method. How can I call? I can call using a reference variable f1 dot create new file. What this method will do? It will create the physical file. In the top, we are creating the object, but here we are creating the physical file. Why it is throwing error? Simple. If you observe, it is throwing IO exception. Mostly all file related methods will be throwing the IO exception, right? IO exception comes under checked exception. You no need to worry about this now. In our regular class, I will cover about exception handling. There you will understand why we need to use this, right? So we need to keep the same throws IO exception. We are going to use this method, right? So that's why what we are going to do, copy this statement and keep in the main method something like this, throws IO exception. Now you will not get compile time error, right? See, your compilation error is gone, right? Now what you do, just print on statement for our understanding, right? File is created successfully. Now I want to observe you this directory structure on the left side, right? If you observe here, there is no file is there, right? Let me run this class. You can run directly or right click run as Java application. You got output. File is created successfully, but you are not seeing on your left side. Just refresh the project. Right click on the project, refresh it. Are you getting file on .txt? Can you able to see it? Right? Just double click. It is an empty file, right? That's what this documentation said. Create new file. What it does? It creates new empty file by the name which we have given, right? Have you got it? So this is quite interesting, right? So we could be able to create the file by using our code, right? So it's simple. First step is we need to create the object of file class. We need to give the whatever file name you want to give, you can give it. Second one is call this method. This method will take care of creating the file. You no need to worry. If you observe already they have written the code. JDK developers, they have written the code. We no need to worry, right? Now, what I'm going to do, I don't want to create it here. I want to create it in some specific location, right? Suppose consider here, I have one, one folder, right? Test folder, right? Inside test folder, here I want to create one text file, right? What I can do? Simple. Copy this location, paste it here. It will be enclosed with one more slash. Then give me the file name here, file2.txt, right? Now file will not be created under your project. File will be created on the specified location, right? Let's run the same program again. See, observe. Now we don't have any file in this directory, test directory, right? Let's run this program and observe the output. Yeah. Now we are getting file is created successfully. Go to the directory. See here, one file is created. File2 dot, it is a text file, right? Just open it. It is an empty file, right? You can open using any editor. It is an empty file. So we successfully created one file. So I want to create different types of files, right? Suppose if I want to create, Excel file, XLS, right? Only give XLS. The, extension is important. Just see it. Yeah, you can able to see one Excel file is created, right? Microsoft Excel is created, right? If you observe, it is created. One Excel file is created. Same way you can create if you want to create, document. One Word document file, end with .doc, give the different file name, right? Let's run again. See here, file4.txt. See here, one Word document also got created. You can give any name. I'm just giving file. See, one Word document also created. Properties file you want, just use .properties. In real-time application, we will be using properties, right? Suppose application.properties. In Spring, usually we will use application.properties. Use this one, run again. You should see application.properties. It is a type is properties file, right? Clear? Now what I will do, I will delete all these files. I will delete all these files. Okay, I am deleting all these files. Now it does not have any file. I'm going to create application.properties file, right? Now, what I'm going to do, create new file. If you observe, the return type is Boolean. What it means? If you observe the return types, returns true if the named file does not exist and was successfully created. It means before creating the file, what it will do, it will check, hey, is there already any file in this location with the same name? If no files are there, it will create successfully and it will return true. Create new file, it will return true. Just I'm putting some Boolean attribute status, right? Boolean status. If it is created successfully, it will return true. True means it will create the file and it will return true, right? Even you could able to see, if you see true means the file is successfully created. In case, yeah, let's run this and see the output first. We don't have any files for your information. Let's run the program again. Status is true. It means there is no file. It has created a new file, application.properties, right? In case if I run one more time, what will happen? Before creating, it will check, is there any file already there in this location with application.properties? Yes, it is there. If it is already there, then it will not create it, right? Right? So create new file method, what it does? If you want, you can take the notes. Create new file methods. Okay. It checks if no files are there, file is there with same name, then what it will do? It will create the file successfully, right? And returns true, right? In case same file name already exists, right? Same file is there, then file creation operation is failed, right? Creation operation is failed. It means it will not create new file. It will return false. It means create option is failed, right? So let's run this program again. We have already one file. Let's run this program again. See the status. It says false. It means it is not able to create the file. Already same file is there, right? Consider like you are having one file with lots of content. Accidentally you have executed the same class again. In case if it replace, it is headache, right? That's why in this case it is not creating the new file. If same name is there, it will not create the new file. Now let's see with our second one. We are going to see how to read from the, how to write into the file, right? So let me delete this file again, right? I'm deleting this file again. I'm going to create one more new class. Okay. Consider the class name is, right, file writer one. Okay. Click finish. Sorry, I have created the project. I need to create the new class. So select the class, file writing, right? File writing one, right? This is the class, and you are having a main method, right? Let's remove the throws keyword. Let's see. Now what I'm going to do, I want to create a new file. I want to perform two operations, right? One is create a file. Second one is write the contents into a file, into a created file, right? So what we can do is, I'm going to use something like this. Already you know how to create the file object, right? So let's use file class. File, you can give any name. Always give meaningful name, that is good. File equal to new file name of, right? So first thing is import this one. Import java.io.file. Right, import is success. Now give the place where you want to create the file. I want to create it here in this directory. The file I want to create is, consider file one.txt. This is the file I want to create it, right? Now I'm going to use, once I create the file, I'm going to write it, right? So for that purpose, if you press Ctrl Shift T in Eclipse, type file writer, you can see predefined class. Inside IO package, I already said, right? All the file handling related classes are available inside IO package, right? All file handling related classes are available in java.io package, right? So same way like file writer also available inside java.io package. Package is nothing but they are keeping in different directories. That's all about package. Okay. So if you observe file writer, what it does, writes text to character files using a default buffer size. So what it does is basically in a plain word, if I say writing the text content into the file, right? We can use this file writer class. File writer is a predefined class. Okay, let's use the file writer class. What we are going to use? Same file writer class. File writer, you can give any name. So I can give fout. Fout means file output. This is the industry standard. You can give any name. That's up to you. Equal to new file writer of, right? And you can supply this reference here, right? Now, if you observe file writer, again it gives error here, right? This is file writer. File writer gives error here. Why? Because it is available inside IO package. So you need to import it. So import java.io.file writer, right? Now, once you import, you will not get compile time error, right? This is different error. We need to use throws IO exception because file writer class, if you observe, it internally throws the constructor throws IO exception. So this we will see in our exception handling, how to handle the exception using constructor when we are seeing our actual topic. So throws exception, throws IO exception. IO exception is a checked exception, right? IO exception. Now there is no issue. So if you observe, I need to import 3 classes. Instead of this, what you can do, single way, easy way is import everything in a single line. Use star. If you use star, java.io.star, you no need to keep explicitly. What it means, inside java.io package, import all the classes. Either it can be IO exception or file writer or file reader, buffered reader. You no need to import one by one, right? This is also good. Now, what we are doing here, creating the file object, right? We know already this. Second step is, first step is create the file object. Second step is create the file writer object, right? Create the file writer object. Supply the file object by supplying the file reference or object, right? Here if you observe, by supplying the file object or file reference, right? Second step is over. Our object is ready. Now what I need to do, I need to start writing it. You're getting me? Start writing into a file. How I can do that? Simple. If you observe inside file writer, there is a method called the write method. Okay, let's use that. I will show you. This reference fout dot write, right? Whatever you want to write, just keep it in this one in double quotes. Greetings from Mercy Technologies, right? I'm going to write like this. Once you write it, what you do? Fourth step is just flush it. Flush means we will be keep writing from our application to file system. Flush means kind of, hey, I am done with the writing, right? Just flush it. Flush it, right? How to do that? Fout dot flush. This flushing is important. Once you flush it, close the connection, right? Fifth step is close the connection. You might feel like there are various steps, but it's really easy. It's not complex as you think. That's all done. So 5 steps we need to follow. Create the file object, create the file writer object, start writing using write method. Then once you completely writing it, everything is done, flush it and close it. That's all. Let's go back to our place. Here we don't have any file, right? Let's run this program. Just I will put one message to see in the console. Done, right? Let's run the program. We are getting output done. Go to the place. File1.txt file is created. Just open the directory. Open the file. Open with anything. What you are seeing? Can you able to see the output? Greetings from Mercy Technologies. Great. We could able to successfully write something from Java application. We are learning how to write from the code, right? Now what I do, let me make something else. Greetings from Mercy Technologies, right? Let us learn Java easily, right? Let me run this program again. My current output is this, right? Let me run. I'm just changing something. Done. Let me see. Let me open the file again. So what you can able to understand? Every time when we use file writer, it is deleting the existing file and creating the new file and writing the content, right? When we are using file writer. So here, if you observe one more thing, we are not using this create new file method. When we are going for file writer, automatically it will create the file. We no need to create it explicitly, right? Correct. So every time it creates a new file and start writing it. Now what I do, let's keep some more, right? Java is simple and easy, right? I'm writing 3 lines, right? Let me run this program again. Let's run it in debug mode and you can able to understand. Double click on this side, you will see one bubble, right? Click on this bug button or right click, run as debug as Java application. So it will open one perspective. So you could able to debug the application line by line. This is very important in our real-time application. This debugging concept, it will help us to understand and find out the dynamic value. First step, F6, you can use F6 on Eclipse. If you use yeah, file object is created, right? First step, file object is created, right? Let me remove this also so that it's better, right? We will understand when the file is created, right? Let me stop it again. Let me start debugging it. Debug as Java application, right? Sorry, there is an error. Yeah, let's debug it. So application started. We have deleted the file. Let's run it in line by line. F6. If go here, no file is created. Then file writer, we are going to use it, right? F6. One more line we are executing. Observe here. Physical file is created when we are using file writer. After executing this line, physical file is created. Now what we are doing? We are writing line by line. Greetings from Mercy Technologies. Let us learn Java easily. Java is simple and easy. Once you are complete writing it, flush it. Then close the connection. That's all done. Let's open the file now. Right click. Open the file. You can able to see, right? Complete text, but there is no enter here, right? In case if you need enter, what do you do? Deleting the file, just give /n. If you use file writer, this is one of the disadvantage. That's why we can go with the buffered writer. We need to use /n, right? /n basically what it does, it will go to the new line. Let's run the program again. Open the file. See here. Can you able to see? Yeah, this is what we could able to write into a file successfully. 5 steps are important. First step is create the file object, supply the location where you want to create the file. Second one is create the file writer object, instantiating file writer class. Start writing it using write method. Write method basically it throws IO exception. If you observe, write method throws IO exception, but we kept one throws, so we no need to worry. Then once you write it, fourth step is flush it. Then you need to close it. You will wonder why you need to close it. Because see, you are interacting outside of our JVM, right? Our Java application is here, but you are interacting with the operating system. It means you are creating a file. So there is a connection is established. When you are interacting to our Windows machine or any machine, Linux or any machine, file system, there is a physical connection is established. So you have created and you have written everything you have done. Then close the connection. If you don't close the connection, what is the disadvantage? Connection will be always alive. So performance, machine or system performance will be very low. So if you keep opening the connection always without closing it, consider 100 times, then 100 connections will be opened, right? System will become very slow. That's why for sure, once the operation is completed, then we need to close it. This is how we can able to create the file and write into file. Even you can write into file using some other ways also, like buffered writer is there. This is the better way of using uh, writing operation. Whenever we are performing writing operation, for sure we need to flush it, right? So in today's session, what is our agenda? So if you observe, like little bit introduction, then how to create files, how to write contents into file. So we have seen like all these things, how we could able to create the files physically, how we could able to write the contents using file writer, right? A few people ask me about career related, how to get a job in as a Java developer in IT company, right? Simple, like learn the language in a better way. Simply not to study, instead uh, start coding it. Whatever you are studying, try to understand the background, why you need it. Suppose file handling, right? So first we need to understand why we need this file handling, what is the background. So that's what I said, like why we need it, right? The idea, the background. Then like we can go ahead like how to do it, right? Suppose consider how to write it, how to read it. Any topic if you take, first you need to understand the background, then you need to understand how to do it, what are all the ways, different ways. Suppose you want to perform writing operation, there are many ways. You can use file writer, buffered writer, you can use serialization, externalization, there are many things are there, but which is the perfect one, right? So if you need to like code line by line, modify something, try to experiment, right? So like that, if you do, you could able to understand the topic very deeper, the more you code, right? Because nowadays industry, they expect coding skill. That's why few organization, they conduct hacker rank, hacker Earth test, right? Online test. So, play around it, modify the values, see the output, you know, then again, the more time you are spending on practice, the more comfortable you will become, right? So again, coming back to our course, so this is the advanced topic course, right? So we will cover like various advanced topics in core Java, right? More than 500 programs we will cover. Tomorrow also we are having session on the same time, right? So tomorrow I am planning to take little bit about exception. So we will take about exception handling. So the main course is starting from 8th June, coming Tuesday onwards, morning 7:30 to 8:30, 2 months course. So we'll cover more than 500 programs. This is the fee structure. In case if you like to join the course or if you want more information about the course, please WhatsApp me to my number, right? So let me give my WhatsApp number. So this is my WhatsApp number, our institute WhatsApp number. So you can WhatsApp to this number. So similar way, like, I will be explaining line by line the background and, line by line explanation, right? Each and every topic we will go very deeper so that, we'll be getting it. In case if timing is not suitable, let me know. I can able to give you the recordings as well. In case if you miss the session, we'll be providing you the recordings. Thank you.